Hello, thank you for joining me, and welcome to episode 2 of the Sri Yantra Mantra Sessions. So, pranams and blessings to everyone watching. So, I want to backtrack a little bit. In the first episode, I just jumped right into the first mantra that we were going to work with, which was Jai Guru. Then I started thinking, and I realized that this series may be new for some people, and the concept of devotional chanting may be new for some people. And I wanted to do an episode basically, what is devotional chanting? What's the reason we do it? What's the purpose behind it? What's the effect it can have on you? So, this episode, we're not going to have a specific mantra, we're not going to have a specific chant to focus on, but I would like to get a little bit into the meat of devotional chanting. So in the West, we're very concerned with entertainment and being constantly stimulated and constantly distracted with things. And the idea of repeating the same line of a song over and over and over again for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes even sometimes that doesn't really appeal to a lot of Westerners. And it didn't to me when I first heard it. I was like, what is this? I don't understand this. What is the purpose of it? It's boring. Just keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And then one day it just hit me. I was singing along to one of the songs. It was actually Om Namah Shivaya from Krishna Das, and it just took me over. And I realized that there's so much more to this. And then I started thinking about anytime you want to do something, anytime you want to achieve something, anytime you want to really excel at something, what do? Repetition over and over and over again. If you're an athlete, you might run a play or a drill 1,000 times. If you're a musician and you're trying to learn a certain scale, you might play it over and over and over again. If you're getting ready to give a speech, what do? You read it over and over and over again, and you practice reciting it over and over and over again. So if you're trying to speak to God, if you're trying to get God's attention, if you repeat his name over and over and over again, eventually he's going to have to listen. So not only that, but when you get into this place that these chants bring you to, even if you don't sing, even if you don't like to sing, even if it's not about singing pretty, it's not about having a beautiful voice, it's not about being the best chanter or the best harmonium player or the best tabla player or any of that. It's about getting into that place to where you can go within and be silent with God. Even in the chant, you reach a place of silence. As you're singing, as you're playing an instrument, you still get to a place of silence. So when we repeat these mantras, when we repeat these names over and over and over again, it's ingraining it within us. It is creating a cosmic vibration, a frequency within us that is a direct line to the ear of God. He's going to listen, especially if it's done with devotion. So when you think about the repetitious nature of these chants, and it's over, and it's the same music, and it's the same scale, it's the same notes, chords, played repetitively for an endless and infinite amount of times, depending on where the chant takes you. I've done some chants for 5 minutes, and I've lost myself sometimes, and before I knew it, it was 15, 20 minutes, and we're into the chant. But that's where you want to get to, because it's not about the music. The music is the medium. The mantra is the medicine. So as you repeat these chants over and over and over again, it does something to you. It gets within you. It takes you over. And it brings you to that divine place inside of you. It brings you to your heart, to your soul, to a place of love, to a place of comfort, to a place of exploration. So it's not about entertainment. It's not performance. It's prayer. So we have to think about that. If just, for example, for Catholics and Christians, you pray the rosary. Well, what is the rosary? It's a repetition of the Hail Mary over and over and over and over again. It's japa yoga is what it is. It's the repetition of a prayer, of a mantra over and over and over again. And what that does is it brings you to a meditative place to where you don't have to think about what you're saying. You don't have to think about the words. You don't even have to understand some of these mantras. Most of them in Sanskrit. You don't even have to understand what you're saying. But even without knowledge of the meaning of some of these mantras, when you sing them, when you chant them, you can even chant them mentally if you really just don't want to sing, or you don't like your voice, or you lost your voice, or whatever. You can chant these mantras over and over again mentally, and it's still having the vibratory effect as if you were to sing them out loud. So they're so powerful, and each mantra does something different. It does something different for you. It does something different to you. Whether you're chanting to Shiva, whether you're chanting to Ganesha, whether you're chanting to Hanuman, whether you're chanting to your guru, like we did in the previous episode, you're chanting to Jesus, you're chanting to Ram, or Krishna, whoever you're chanting to, it all comes back to the same place. It's all God. It's all God. You can call God by any name you want to. You can say Krishna, you can say Jesus, you can say Buddha, you can say Allah, you can say Shiva, Ram, any of them. It doesn't matter. Because what you find is when you get into a place of devotion and you take God out of the box that religion and churches like to put him in, what you find is you find a God that says, whatever you want to call me, I'm going to answer to it. However you want me to look, that's the appearance I will take. Whatever path you take to get to me, I'm going to be waiting for you at the end, and I'm going to walk it with you. So don't be afraid to chant. If you're, some friends of mine are very hardcore Christians, and they get a little weirded out if I start talking about different deities. I explain to them that these deities are just an aspect of the one supreme being. They're not worshiping thousands of millions of different gods. It's all an aspect of the one supreme being, the one spirit, the one true source. So as we chant these mantras, don't worry about all that stuff. Let the stuff go. Just feel the sound, feel the vibration, feel the name, because all of these are the names of God. Let yourself go. Let yourself embrace the mantra, embrace the silence. So the reason we do this is to honor our devotion, to reach a place within us that allows us to be who we really are, to see who we really are. It's a place that not many people will go to because we're so used to being distracted. We're so used to variety. We're so used to flipping the channel or changing the radio station. How often do we really sink into something? Do we really sink in and focus onto one thing? Put all of our heart, and all of our mind, and all of our soul into it. So these chants, they give you the opportunity to do that because you're not thinking about a bunch of stuff. You don't have to worry about what the next words are that are coming up. You don't have to worry about, big progressions and changes and things happening. You just can repeat one line or one name over and over and over again and lose yourself in it. And when you lose yourself in it, you find yourself. You go to a place deep within where you were always meant to be, where you are, where your true self, your soul, your spirit exists. We are all flames. We're all flames of God's fire. And by chanting, we ignite that flame. By singing to God, we ignite that flame. So I hope that answers the question about why these chants are so repetitious and why we repeat the same things over and over again, because it gives you the space. It gives you the space to not worry, to not think even, to just let yourself go. And your mind will wander and you'll be thinking about something you need to do later or something you did earlier. Just use that as a reminder to bring yourself back to the chant, back to the mantra. Every time you notice yourself drifting, bring yourself back. And every time you bring yourself back, you go a little deeper. Every time you realize, oh, I let myself go. I'm gone. I drifted off somewhere. Every time you do that, it's a wake up to come back. Come back to your center. Come back to that place of divinity within you, that place that is speaking directly to God, directly to your source. So there's so much more to chanting than just playing a harmonium and repeating a mantra over and over again. All of these mantras, the Sanskrit language in itself, the every sound, every letter, every word of that language carries with it a vibratory power that can change you within. These aren't accidents. These mantras aren't put together because they sound cool or sound pretty. They are a frequency that gets within you and changes you. Brings you closer to God, brings you closer to your soul, brings you closer to yourself, your true nature. It awakens you. It takes you to a place of peace, of love. It gives you the opportunity to let everything else go and just become one with that mantra, become one with that chant. And if you really go deep, if you really let yourself go deep and you surrender to it, before you know it, you're inside of the mantra, you're inside of the chant, and you're existing as one with it. And that brings you closer and closer to God, closer to Spirit, closer to yourself. Devotional chanting is an ancient art. Many, many different cultures. It's not something trendy. It's not something that's going to go away anytime soon. It's not something that is popular in the mainstream world. But it is an ancient art, an ancient sacred art that has been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. That many different people throughout history, many different cultures have used to get closer to God, closer to their source. And you can do that too. You can do that here with me. You can do that on your own. You can follow along with my series. You can follow along with my YouTube channel and use the chants that I put up to bring yourself closer to that place. So I hope you take the time to watch this video. I hope you take the time to explore devotional chanting. I hope you maybe are a little more aware now of the purpose of the chant, the purpose of all of this. Because the meaning of life, people, that's a age-old question is, what's the meaning of life? Well, the meaning of life is to find God. The meaning of life is to find unending eternal bliss. And the only thing that can provide us that is becoming one with God. And chanting, singing to Him, is just one way of doing it, but it's a powerful, powerful way. And before you know it, in the middle, somewhere in the middle of the chant, somewhere in the middle of losing yourself in your own voice, in your own vibration, you realize how close you really are. You realize the fire that's burning in your soul, the yearning to get back home. Let these chants take you home. Thank you. Pranams and blessings. Jai Guru.